This EPB Classic Rerun is brought to you by Calvert and Nunn Insurance in Glasgow.
In the change for the batting order.
Looks like we've moved. Well, he's changed everything around here. I'm gonna have to look.
Okay.
See, Jamie Frazier's on second base, and Bryce Button's moved up to number 2 batting spot. He's playing third base.
Dominic Bailey 1-1 the count, as the first pitch was a strike, and then the second delivery missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. As Fry's a leadoff batter.
We'll have to check that as they come to bat, I suppose, Jim.
Here's the next delivery, missed outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. John Kurt Fry leading off at the Athletics here in the top of the first inning. Tony Bailey, right-hander, good speed, good curveball on the hill. Here's the next delivery, swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Marshall Curdy calling the balls and strikes. Carl Bush at first base and Chris Franklin at third. Here's a 2-2 delivery from Bailey. Struck him out on a fastball. Just above the knees. Nice delivery from Tony Bailey. And there's 1 out. Fry strikes out. Now Cody Elliott's the batter.
Tony Bailey making it look easy right there, Jim. Just rearing back and firing that fastball.
Fired another fastball, but it was high. 1-0 the count. 2-0-2 the depth in deep center field. Down the line in right field, 187, and left field, 198, as a fastball is outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. There was a 3-way tie for second place this year in the Glasgow Little League. A very even league when we talk with coaches and players. Here's a 2-0 delivery from Bailey. Fastball missed high. 3-0 the count. Bailey got a strikeout on Fry, but Elliott ahead at 3 balls and no strikes. Cody Elliott, the shortstop, right-handed hitter. Here's Tony Bailey from the full windup. There's a strike off the corner. 3-1 the count. Not a cloud in the sky. He had a little bit of rain, at least in the northern part of Glasgow last night, Randall, but it's been a beautiful day, just a little bit warm.
I'm having a cloud or two.
Here's a curve that missed inside, so the first walk given up by Tony Bailey. Evan Harlow will come up. He's been one of the top pitchers in the league this year, batting average .346. As Bailey delivers. Here's the first pitch, and the fastball missed outside. Here's the throw from Melton. It won't be in time as it came to Dominic Bailey. Took him to the left side of second base, and Cody Elliott with the stolen base. Elliott with his 16th stolen base on the season. A runner in scoring position with 1 out, 0-1 to count. No score here in the top of the first inning. The Athletics and the Royals for the Little League Championship here in Glasgow. Jim Moody and Randall Cook with the play-by-play description. Talked about football. You realize that practice actually begins next Monday. Now that is not, of course, in pads, Randall, but
sure.
Yeah.
Helmets and shorts.
Yeah. Here's a rip. That's going to be foul. Down the right field line, goes out of play, and the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, Harlow got a rip on that one, but pulled it, or hit it foul. A little bit late on that swing, and it went foul. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Tony Bailey. There's a rip, and that's going to fall in for a base hit down the right field line as Dennison will give it a chase. 1 run will score. Here's Elliott. Dennison's throw comes to Dominic Bailey at second base. So a big RBI double, and I mean Harlow went with that pitch and just blasted it down the right field line. 1-0. Looked like the Cincinnati Reds hitting the baseball yesterday, as you saw at Riverfront.
And Mr. Reggie Sanders hit one about like that with 2 men on
right.
base.
I saw that.
It was just high enough that it hit the netting on the family inside of the foul pole for a 3-run homer.
Evan took that one, and I mean, he just hit a liner down that right field line for a double.
He just didn't get it up in the air quite enough to get it out of the park.
Here's Richie Thompson. First pitch was outside. The next one is high and inside. And the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Richie Thompson is the first baseman. Harlow, of course, the pitcher. His team, the Athletics, leading the Royals 1-0 here in the top of the first inning for the Glasgow Little League Championship. Here's Tony Bailey's next delivery. 2-0 pitch missed outside. Here's Melton. Gordon's got a shot at getting the runner. Oh, he got past the third baseman, Barry. And scoring is going to be Evan Harlow, and the Athletics lead 2-0. Melton's throw went to the left side of third base. And Barry, that time Barry couldn't make the catch. So we do have some changes for the Royals. Right, defensively.
Barry's on third. Jamie Frazier's moved over to second.
All right. Here's a fastball high.
Evidently Mark Blackburn's not here tonight.
And let me make this change on my defensive diamond here.
Jamie Frazier's on second.
Jimmy Frazier at second.
Berry's on third. There's a strike.
Joshua Berry third. And then Nate Slater should be in left field. Randall, he's a backup, but we'll check that here in just a second. Struther, first pitch a ball, or rather the first pitch was a strike, and then he tries to lay down a bunt. That it's a strike. And the count at no balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Struther. Struther is the center fielder for the Athletics. 2-0. Athletics leading the Royals here in the top of the first inning. He's a lefty. Here's Tony Bailey's next delivery. Struck him out on a call, strike 3. 2 gone. Nice pitch by Bailey. 2 outs. Now the number 6 hitter, Matt Martin, will come to the plate. That's a third baseman. Tony Bailey's first delivery. Missed a little bit low on the fastball. 1-0 the count. This is our final Little League Championship broadcast for 1995 in baseball. As a right-hander throws a strike at the letters. 1-1 the count from Tony Bailey of the Royals. 2-0 the Athletics leading 2 away here in the top of the first inning. Bailey sets from the full windup. Here's a pitch inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Perfect look at the plate right here in the press box. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. 2 outs. Here's a delivery. There's a strike. Took a little bit off the fastball. Good location on that pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. The deuces are wild. 2 away here in the top of the first inning.
I think it's really good for the kids, Jim, but this league's been as evenly matched as it has been all year.
Randomly struck him out on a called strike 3. Tony Bailey strikes out the side, but the Athletics strike for 2 runs, and Evan Harlow with the big shot down the right field line, a double that drove in a run, and then he stole third base and later scored, and the Athletics have a 2-0 lead.
Athletics had 2 runs on 1 hit, Jim. There was 1 Royals error and 1 man left on base.
After a half inning, the Athletics 2 and the Royals coming to bat. We'll be back in 60 seconds on WCLU Sports.
You look like you could use a break. You're right. Why not start your morning with a hot, flaky, taste-tempting McDonald's bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit? Sounds yummy. Right now, they're just 2 for $2 at participating McDonald's.
Is in left field for the Royals. Bryce Button's in center field, and in right field
Slater
is going to be Nate Slater. Right, Randall?
Yeah.
Okay. Then around the infield, we've got Joshua Berry at third, Dominique Bailey at short, Jamie Frazier at second, Michael Thomerson at first, Tony Bailey pitching, and Gordon Melton catching.
Right.
Now, one player, and I apologize for this, that I failed to mention in our player sketches for the Athletics, Brandon Nelson. He's done a great job learning the fundamentals, hits the ball well. He's not played baseball since T-ball, and he's a key player as well. Brandon Nelson, a member of the Athletics. All right, Randall, who leads off for the Royals here in the bottom of the first inning?
Okay, Jim, it's a pitcher, Tony Bailey. He'll be followed by Bryce Button.
Bailey sends 1 foul down the right field line, and the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Evan Harlow on the mound for the Athletics. These teams meeting for the Glasgow Little League Championship. Here's a curve that misses high, 2-1 the count. Tony Bailey again with a .406 batting average. He's got the 2nd leading batting average on this ball club. 18 RBIs. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Little pop-up that is going to be foul, hit the wire, and actually hit the top of the screen and the wire at home plate. So the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 the Athletics leading the Royals here in the bottom of the first inning. Bailey, a right-handed hitter against Evan Harlow. Harlow's a right-handed pitcher. Here's a fastball, ground ball. Base hit into center field. Good effort by the shortstop, Cody Elliott, but hard hit, and it comes to Brandon Struther in center field. And a good start. You can see easily why Bailey's got that 400-plus batting average.
It was a hard hit ball back up the middle, and shortstop made a good stab at it, but it was just hit so hard he couldn't get to it, Jim.
Here's Bryce Button, left-handed hitter. Makes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count. Button, .268 batting average for the Royals. Royals beat the White Sox in the semifinals yesterday. Athletics over the Mariners as Button swings a little bit late. Oh, they've got Bailey a chance for on a rundown. Here's the throw. Will it be in time? Yes. As Thomerson at first base fired to the shortstop, Elliott, and guns down Tony Bailey. It was a bang-bang play, but nice tag applied by Elliott. And Bailey, with outstanding speed, Randall, really got caught in a hot box there briefly, but almost beat that throw. And there's one out for the Royals.
Got in there, Jim, but it was a good throw from the first baseman, and Elliott put the tag on him.
Here's a pitch that misses inside, 2-0 the count. So Button trying to get aboard a left-hander for the Royals. Next delivery took a little bit off the fastball. Harlow did. It's high, 3-1 the count. Jamie Frazier on deck. As Harlow, there's a ground ball, comes to the second baseman. David Pike will fire to Richie Thompson in time for out number 2. 2 gone. Good job by Pike at second base as he fires to Thompson.
The second baseman.
Out number 2. Now Jamie Frazier, second baseman, will be at the plate.
That's your utility infielder right there, Jim. He's played the...
Mr. Pike's going to make another grab, Randall. A little pop-up that Frazier hits to Pike at second base for out number 3. So big defensive plays for the Athletics, particularly the throw from Richie Thompson to the shortstop Cody Elliott to get Tony Bailey out, Randall.
Well, Tony Bailey leads off with a single there, Jim, but gets thrown out going to second, and it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning for the A's there. Royals got no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base.
After 1 inning, the Royals trail the Athletics 2-0. Back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports. Athletics by a score of 2-0. Randall, let's look at the first 3 batters for the Athletics in the top of the second inning.
Okay, Jim, leading off will be Charles Childress. He'll be followed by Josh Martin and David Pike.
We're ready for action to continue here as Childress will lead it off. Batters 7, 8, and 9. Randall Cooks brought his own handkerchief to wipe off the sweat. He's worked really hard today. Childress, right-handed hitter, as Bailey. There's a line shot that hit the right screen near the first base dugout. And tell you what, Josh Martin had to get out of the way. He was in the on-deck circle, and he had to scoot out of the way.
Looked at Childress and said, "Hey, wait a minute, I'm on your team."
That's right. Here's the 0-1 pitch, fastball, high. 1-1 the count. Didn't you tell me one time in slow pitch softball, some guy fouled out to his own player in the on-deck circle? Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curve, missed outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, he just hit a quick foul ball there, and it was going over the screen, so the guy reached up and caught it to keep it from having to chase it. They called the batter out.
You're out. Here's a fastball. Nipped the quarter for strike 2. Nice delivery by Bailey that time. Good location by Tody. 2-2 the count to Childress.
Called him out because he interfered with the batter. And on the way back to the dugout, he told the batter, he said, "I bet you never fouled out to the man on deck before."
No, and he said, "I don't want to again either." Here's a payoff pitch from Bailey. Fastball, just a little bit low, and Childress draws a leadoff walk here in the second inning. For Tony Bailey, I think, Randall, that is his second walk of the game as Josh Martin, the left fielder, will be at the plate, number 8 hitter.
I don't think Mr. Bailey's issued too many walks this year.
He's not. Fastball missed outside, and the pitch a little bit wild, and advancing to second base is Childress, so he's in scoring position with nobody out. Athletics leading the Royals 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. Tony Bailey fired the fastball, missed outside, 2-0 the count. So Tony Bailey, his ball club down 2-0 right here as he set it for the 2-0 pitch. Here it is. There's a strike. 2-1 the count on the fastball. A lot of Babe Ruth tournaments going on this week, Randall. I mean, lots of different age divisions, and we've got softball, of course. There's a curve that caught the quarter for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Basketball camp's going on. Coach Flitter's got a Future Stars camp at Glasgow High. He stopped by today and said the sign-up was going good. Fastball, steal, right 3. There's Tony Bailey. Strikes out Mr. Josh Martin. I think that's the 4th strikeout for Bailey in this game as David Pike, the second baseman, number 9 hitter, will be at the plate. 1 away for the Athletics as Tony Bailey sets, fires. Fastball, a little bit outside. 1-0 the count.
I think we had our first ever soccer camp start today, too.
That's right.
Jim,
That's exactly right. There's something going on. 1-0 delivery. Fastball is low. Something we don't mention often enough, but, you know, we've got an aquatic club here, the Glasgow Swimming Pool, and I know they've been in some competitions. Joe Burton Downing was telling me. They've done a good job.
They do that every year.
Here's a swing and a miss for strike one on the fastball. 2-1 the count as Tony Bailey battling the number 9 hitter, David Pike of the Athletics. Top of the second inning.
A lot of different activities for
a lot of people playing tennis, we can see.
Jim.
And golf, you know all about that. Fastball. Got the quarter for strike 2, Randall. 2-2 the count. Big member guest tournament coming up at the Glasgow Country Club in early August. And lots of events at Barren River State Park. 2-2 delivery. So we've got what I believe the Fox Hollow Golf Course here.
Right.
And we have one at Park Mammoth.
Have one
at Rowlett's up in Hart County.
And a new course that's been built right beside Park Mammoth, Jim.
3-2 delivery. There's a rip in the center field. And oh, what a great catch by Bryce Button. What a wonderful catch, Randall, for out number 2. Oh, great grab. Now the throw got away from Bailey and skipped away from Melton, and advancing to third base is going to be Josh Martin. 2 away. And now John Kurt Fry will be at the plate. And I'm sorry, Childress advanced. Right. Martin hit that fly ball deep to center field. Tell you what, Button made a great catch. But the Athletics advance a base on the throw.
That was a hard line shot right at the center fielder. He started to come in on it, and then it started sailing on him, and he reached up and made a great catch on it.
Here's a fastball to Fry for a strike. John Kurt struck out his first time. He's a catcher. 0-1 the count. It's Tony Bailey working here in the top of the second inning. Athletics leading the Royals 2-0. Took a little bit off the fastball. Fry chased it for strike 2. 0-2 the count. One more opportunity here for Fry if he can stay alive, but he strikes out. That is, I believe, the 5th strikeout of this game for Tony Bailey. And the Athletics strand a runner at third base.
Had no runs on no hits. No errors, had one man left on base.
After 1 1/2 innings, the Athletics lead the Royals here for the Glasgow Little League Championship by a score of 2-0. We'll return in 60 seconds on WCLU Sports. Royals and the Athletics battling here for the Glasgow Little League Championship. Right now, the Athletics leading by a score of 2-0. Randall, let's look at the first 3 batters for the Royals as they try to climb back in this game.
First batter for the Royals will be Dominique Bailey. He'll be followed by Michael Thomerson and Gordon Melton.
Royals on their way to the championship defeated the Reds and the White Sox. The Athletics got to pass the Rangers and the Mariners to get to tonight's title contest. So let's see what Dominique Bailey can do. He's got a .481 batting average with 18 RBIs. And he's set to bat against Evan Harlow here in the bottom of the second inning.
The shortstop, Dominic Bailey.
Royals won the 2 regular season meetings, I believe, between these ball clubs. They want to make it number 3, and the Athletics want to win their first. This is the ball game right here for the Glasgow Little League Championship.
Yeah, this is it, Jim. The final game. It's been a great season for the Little League and the coach pitch and the pitching machine. And I think the pitching machine is doing some all-star play. I don't know if they've played any yet, but they're practicing, getting ready to play.
Okay. Fastball missed outside to Dominique Bailey. 1-0 the count as Evan Harlow, the right-hander, sets, fires. Another fastball that was wide for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Of course, Bailey with the great power. They play him deep, particularly Brandon Struther in center field. It's a fastball. There's a rip, popped it up in the infield. Shortstop Cody Elliott's got it. That's a big out for the Athletics as a cleanup hitter. Dominique Bailey pops out to the shortstop. And there's one gone as Michael Thomerson, the first baseman, will be at the plate.
Dominique got a little bit out in front of that one. Jim got under it a little bit, popped it up to the shortstop. That brings up Michael Thomerson. And
Michael Big Daddy Thomerson.
Michael Big Daddy Thomerson gets a hold of one. It'll be Big Daddy out of here.
Oh, he went after it, but Harlow took a little bit off that fastball, and Thomerson missed it first strike. 0-1 the count. Good pitch that time from Harlow. Took a little bit off that fastball, and it dropped.
Harlow's doing a good job right now mixing his pitches, Jim.
Yes, he is.
Taking a little off every now and then and keeping them off stride.
He comes from the full windup. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Oh, there's a fly ball deep to center field. It's going. It's going. It is gone. Tell you what, I thought for a second Brandon Struther, the center fielder, might have a shot at it. Let me tell you, Mr. Big Daddy Thomerson, he hit that ball about 90 million feet in the air. Well, it was a high shot. It just got over the fence. I thought Struther might have a shot at it, Brandon.
High fly ball there, and it looked like the center fielder there was going to get back and maybe make a play that would have been on ESPN Sports Center.
No doubt about that. Play of the day.
That's
Back, gone.
back. But if Mr. Thomerson, Big Daddy Thomerson, we said if he
Big
got
blow.
a one,
You're
he'd
right.
Big Daddy out of here, and that's what
He
happened.
made you look good. Good gracious. 2-1. Here's a fastball missed outside to Gordon Melton.
Yeah,
Number 6 hitter. Gordon's the
know
catcher.
how hard it is to make me look good.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. Here's a 1-0 delivery. Another fastball. Randall Willie took a little bit off of it, and it swerved outside. Gordon missed it for strike one. Won the count with 1 out. 2-1. Royals have just scored their first run on Thomerson's solo shot over center field. Here's Melton, chases a fastball for a strike. 1-2 the count. Good battle here at Gord Park. Jim Moody and Randall Cook. Championship Monday. Beautiful day. Here's a 1-2 delivery. He struck out Melton. Took a little bit off that fastball, and Harlow is mixing his pitch as well, as you mentioned. That is his first strikeout of this game as Slater will come up to the plate. Nate Slater in right field for the Royals. Pitch missed high. 1-0 the count. Nate Slater. There's a curve. Got the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count with 2 gone. Athletics 2, Royals 1 here for the Glasgow Little League Championship. Slater looks like he wants to bunt it. He does. Lays out a nice bunt. Pitcher Harlow picks it up. Here's his throw. Oh, and a great throw and a great catch. He got him out. As that time, tell you what, that bunt went about 10 or 15 feet down the third base line. Scooping it up was Harlow. Turned, made the pivot, Randall, and then fired to Richie Thompson at first base, who made a nice catch for out number 3.
We sure have seen some great defensive plays in the coach pitch and the pitching machine, and now it's just continuing right on with the Little League. Another great defensive play, and the Royals come up with 1 run, a big home run by Michael Big Daddy Thomerson, and they trail the Athletics here in the going into the top of the third, 2-1.
We'll return with the 3rd inning in 60 seconds on WCLU Sports. As we move to the top of the 3rd inning, let's look at the first 3 batters for the Athletics.
First 3 batters in the top of the 3rd, Jim, will be Cody Elliott, Evan Harlow, and Richie Thompson.
Randall, what about this game so far as we move to the top of the 3rd?
Well, the Athletics got a couple of runs there in the first inning, Jim. Mr. Evan Harlow got a double there and drove in a run, and then kind of manufactured that second run, and the Royals did a better job of holding them at bay in the second inning, and they came up in the bottom of the second, and Michael Big Daddy Thomerson put the Royals on the board with about a 205-yard blast to deep center field. So it's 2-1. Athletics going into the top of the 3rd inning.
205 yards, feet.
205
Let's
feet.
see now.
I'm thinking about.
If you that'd be 600 feet. I don't doubt he could probably hit one that far.
I'm talking in golf.
In golf. That's how far you hit it.
Yardage in golf. Yeah, that's about how far I hit my driver, 205 yards. Should be hitting about 260.
Here's another strike to Elliott. 0-2 the count. Cody Elliott walked his first time and later scored on Harlow's hit to right field. Fastball just a little bit low. Good location on that pitch from Bailey. 1-2 the count. Tony Bailey working, and he's got 5 strikeouts so far in this game for the Royals. Bailey sets 1-2 delivery. Missed outside the fastball. 2-2 the count. Athletics 2, Royals 1, top of the 3rd inning. Cody Elliott, the shortstop, is a leadoff hitter. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Struck it out. Oh, I tell you what, Bailey, Tony just ripped that fastball. That's probably the most heat he's thrown. That's his 6th strikeout of this game.
6 strikeouts, so he's got good controls, yeah.
Here's Evan Harlow, taps it found. This is a big challenge. Mr. Bailey Harlow ripped a double to right field that drove in Cody Elliott back in the 1st inning, and, Harlow later scored. 0-1 the count.
Mr. Bailey's got over 100 strikeouts this year, and I can
Good
understand
gracious.
why.
There's no doubt about that. Harlow swings and misses on a fastball. They got the inner half of the plate. Good location by Bailey. 0-2 the count.
He's had good control tonight, and he's got a little speed to go along with it.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Try to make him chase a outside delivery. Evan laid off of it. 1-2 the count. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to short right field. Coming up, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. Childress will. I thought he was going to pick it up. Let's see. Did Childress get that, or was that going to be? Well, I'm sorry, not Childress, but actually That was Slater, I think, was there, but Slater was the right fielder, and it dropped in front of him. And Button also came over there to help him. They made the throw to Dominic Bailey at short. But you give him a double on that one, Randall?
Yeah, had to give him a double, Jim. Ball wasn't touched.
Here's a fly ball. That's Slater. Oh, almost got it, couldn't hang on to it. Now Button, throw comes to third base, but not in time. Ross Button threw all the way to third base to Joshua Berry, trying to gun down the lead runner, Evan Harlow. But Richie Thompson reaches on an error by the right fielder. He's at second base. Harlow's at third. There's one out and a golden opportunity for the Athletics as Brandon Struthers, the center fielder, comes up to the plate. He struck out his first time, but a chance for the Athletics to regain a 2-run lead right here. 2 pretty well hit balls right there. That's right.
Back, Jim.
And Nate almost made that catch.
Sure did.
Good effort. Here's the first pitch. Fastball is low and inside. 1-0 the count. That was a big hit, you know, for Harlow on a 2-strike count just a couple of batters ago.
Right.
Here's a 1-0 pitch, Randall. Struthers swings and misses. First strike, 1-1 the count. Bailey wants to record a strikeout right here.
I'd say that right field position right now is really tough.
Oh, with that sun.
Looking right into the sun.
You're exactly right. There's a fastball, got the outside quarter for strike 2. 1-2 the count. Nice pitch that time by Tony Bailey, right-hander. Athletics threatening runners at second and third. 1 out. They lead the Royals 2-1 here in the third. There's a curve. Good idea, but it missed outside. 2-2 the count. I mean, Tony took a lot off that pitch. Slow curve, the slurve, if you will, and almost got it to ball. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Just missed wide for ball 3. 3-2 the count. Bailey wanting the strikeout right here. Struthers wanting to reach first. Here's a 3-2 pitch from Bailey. Fly ball, right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. That may mean 2 runs. It's picked up by Button. Button's going to make the throw to Bailey. He'll make the tag in time for out number 2. Runners thrown out at second, but Thompson and Harlow score. And it's 4-1 as Struthers on a 2-strike count gets a base hit to shallow right center field, and they're falling in for the Athletics. Now, Struthers was thrown out trying to advance to second, but a key hit there, Randall, as the Athletics build their lead to 3 at 4-1. Matt Martin will be at the plate with 2 outs. He struck out his first time. Martin's the third baseman.
Another big hit to right field right there, Jim, and got good solid contact on the ball and a good solid hit. And
there's a bunt attempt by Martin. It's foul on the first base side.
Right fielder Struthers, right fielder for the Royals, made a good play right there, picked it up and threw a strike to Dominic Bailey at shortstop, and he put the tag on Struthers.
Yeah, I think Bryce Button made that throw from center field.
Okay.
I believe that they are switching Button and Slater. Slater is going to go to center field and Button to right field, Randall.
Okay.
We make that change defensively for the Royals. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball's outside. 1-1 the count. Top of the third inning. Athletics lead the Royals by a score, 4-1. Big crowd on hand here for this Little League Championship. Next delivery, swing and a miss by Martin. 1-2 the count on the fastball.
Who do we have in right field now?
We should have Bryce Button in right field and Nate Slater in center field.
Okay.
Here's a 1-2 pitch on the curve. It misses high. 2-2 the count.
I've scratched through this lineup so much, looks like you wrote it.
Well, I don't think anybody's handwriting's that bad. Here's a 2-2 pitch.
Sorry, Jim, I just had to mention it.
Well, I mean, you're just telling the truth. Fastball missed outside, 3-2 the count. But for telling that truth, I'm going to take one of your zeros away.
Well, I'm down to 8 now.
here's a fastball that's inside.
Just so I don't get below Brewster Buse.
Well, you know, he makes 7.9, so you're still above.
Okay.
There's a fastball that missed inside, so Martin walks. I believe that's the second walk given up by Bailey. Now Charles Childers will be at the plate as he walked his first time. First pitch to Charles. A little bit low. Here's Melton's throw to Bailey. They've got a chance to get him out at second. Yes, nice throw by Gordon Melton. So he pegs it down to second base, and Dominique plays a nice tango to Matt Martin, and Mr. Martin is thrown out trying to steal second base, Randall.
Good throw there by Gordon Melton, and a good job by Dominic Bailey. Put the tag on him. But the Athletics come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. We had 1 Royals error, and there was nobody left on base.
Royals do see the Athletics pick up a couple of big runs in that inning. And they lead the Royals. The Athletics lead by a score of 4-1. Back at 1 minute on WCLU Sports. Moody and Randall Cook Championship Monday. This is not a double elimination tournament like the other two, Randall. This is single elimination, and it's been a great one so far. Who are the first three batters for the Royals as they trail 4-1?
First batter is Joshua Dennison. He'll be followed by Joshua Berry and Tony Bailey.
Brandon Nelson is the new left fielder for the Athletics, replacing Josh Martin. Has a fastball to Dennison, misses high. 1-0 the count from Evan Harlow. Harlow, the right-hander, took a little bit off the fastball, but it tailed wide of the plate. 2-0 the count. Coach Bailey and Coach Melton knowing right here that they want to get some runs and get back in this game, trailing 4-1.
Right, they need to get something started early right here, Jim.
2-0 delivery, missed low for ball 3. Harlow's taking a little bit off that fastball. He's behind at 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the next delivery. There's a strike on the fastball. At the outer edge of the plate, 3-1 the count. As I scan the crowd, really an outstanding one here. As a fastball, perfect for strike 2. Now Harlow, who was behind at 3-0, comes up with the payoff pitch right out of Josh Dennison. Here's a delivery. Dennison strikes out. Boy, Harlow comes back big, Randall. Very important out, I think, here in the third inning for Harlow after being down 3-0. Strikes out Dennison.
He was down 3-0, and you could tell by his reactions he wasn't too pleased with himself, and he came back with 3 strikes.
That's his second strikeout as the number 9 hitter, Joshua Berry, will be at the plate, and that pitch missed outside. 1-0 the count as Harlow sets, fires, fastball, steer, right one, 1-1 the count. 4-1, the Athletics leading the Royals. Athletics have scored twice in the first and third innings. I'm not sure what the Coach Bailey was motioning the umpire about something. I don't know what.
The umpire on first base had call timeout.
Okay.
He'd call timeout because somebody was throwing the ball back in or something.
Okay, that's a no pitch.
Right.
There's a curve that missed outside from Harlow, so the count is 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Joshua Berry. Here's a 2-0 pitch. There's a pitch that nips the corner. So Berry still ahead at 2 balls and 1 strike. He's the number 9 hitter. Next delivery, Berry swings and misses for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Harlow is gutting for his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. Harlow sets, fires. Curve missed a little bit high for ball 3. 3-2 the count.
Trying to take a little bit off of that right there. And, got away from him a little.
Here's a 3-2 pitch from Harlow. Outside for ball 4. Perry, the walk. Royals trying to get something going as they get back to the top of the order. And Tony Bailey, who got a base hit, was thrown out trying to advance to second base. Got in a little bit of a rundown, and let's see what Bailey can do right here. He's 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch, curve outside. Big situation, I think, here in the third inning with Harlow facing one of the top hitters in this league, Tony Bailey. Right around first base. Next delivery, Bailey. Fly ball. Let's see if that's going to fall in. I think it is for a base hit as Childress will pick it up. Rose near the center field fence. And Bailey's going to have a double. And moving on to third base is going to be Joshua Berry. So the Royals have something going here in the third inning. A base hit to right center field. And Childress almost got it. Rowe just a little bit past him. And how do we score that, Randall? We're going to give him a single or a double right there.
Well, I gave him a double, Jim. I don't believe the throw didn't come to third.
No, you're right.
It came to second, so he got there before the throw did.
There's a fastball that misses inside to Bryce Button. Bryce grounded out his first time. So the Royals threatening with runners at second and third and 1 out, trailing 4-1 here in the third inning. Button takes a big cut. There's what looks like it's going to be, a catch. A diving catch by the center fielder. Great catch by Brandon Strother. Scoring on the sacrifice fly will be Berry, and it's 4-2. And I tell you what, Button played one into shallow right center field, and Strother just stole one from him right there with an outstanding catch.
Another great defensive play.
Oh, brother, another one. That's about the 50,000th in championship action here on 14 karat gold.
Great play right there. Went to one knee and made a sliding.
Oh, wasn't it really just a great grab?
Yeah, just a great grab.
Here's Jamie Pressure, a little bit late on the curve. 0-1 to count. Royals do get at least 1 so far in this inning as they trail 4-2 with 2 outs. And Tony Bailey at second base. Frazier at the plate. He popped out to David Pike at second base his first time up.
Royals have our number 3 and 4 hitter up with man on second base, Jim.
Here's a slow roller. Second baseman picks it up. David Pike. He'll fire to Richie Thompson at first for out number 3. Royals do score 1, and they trail 4-2 as we've completed half of this championship game. We've completed 3 innings.
Royals came up with 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, had 1 man left on base.
After 3 innings, here for the Glasgow Little League Championship, the Athletics 4 and the Royals 2. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And let me look at their defensive scheme here as Joshua Berry in left field, Bryce Button and no, let's see, Randall. I think Bryce Button, he remains in right field, and we'll have to check this right here. I know, and we'll have to see what else we've got defensively. I know that Michael Thomerson is going to be at first base, and Dominique Bailey is going to be at shortstop. Now let's see what we've got at second base for the Royals. It may be Blackburn, and then Frazier, I think, will be at third base. Jamie Frazier will be at third. Mark Blackburn will be at second. Thomerson will be at first. Dominique Bailey will be at short. Gordon Melton, the catcher. Tony Bailey, the pitcher.
Bryce Button's in center field.
Well, I thought Bryce, is he not left-handed?
Well, they're both. Oh, that's right.
I believe he's in right field.
Okay.
And we'll have to check these other 2 outfielders here in just a second. It should be, I think it would be Slater and Dennison, or it could be, it could actually be Berry and Dennison.
Okay.
Berry in center field and Dennison in left field. There's a ball from Bailey. 1-0 the count. 4-2. The Royals leading the Athletics. Tony Bailey's fastball, a little bit low. 2-0 the count. So who is up, Randall? Who is up for the Athletics here? Is it Childress, I think?
Right fielder Charles Childress.
He walked his first time. A 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss for a strike. 2-1 the count.
He'll be followed by Brandon Nelson and David Pike.
So I believe it's the bottom third of the Athletics order here.
Right.
Fastball outside from Bailey. 3-1 the count.
In the top of the 4th inning.
Of course, the Athletics would like to build that lead again, and the Royals would like to shut down the A's right here.
Right. It's still anybody's ball game.
Oh, no doubt about that. Here's a 3-1 to pitch. Fastball. Grounder comes to Dominique Bailey. Lost it. And safe at first base is Childress. So Childress reaches on it there by the shortstop. Now Brandon Nelson will be at the plate. Left fielder, number 8 hitter for the A's. 4-2. Athletics leading the Royals. It's Bailey set. Here's Tony's first delivery. Fine shot that is going to be foul, out of play. And they count it no balls and 1 strike. Almost got one of the cars over there. And something almost blew away up here, Randall. What was that?
I think
0-1 the count.
somebody was walking in front of the press box there and almost pulled the scoreboard control off on the ground. That would have been
well, we don't want, well, you know, other than reading my writing, which is a catastrophe. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Fastball's outside. 2-1 the count. Bailey battling Brandon Nelson right here in the 4th inning. Bailey sets, fires. Fastball's low, and Bailey's behind at 3 balls and 1 strike.
Actually, I'd like to take back everything I said about your writing, but I can't.
Well, no, I know you would. No, you wouldn't. Here's a 3-1 delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 3-2 the count. 4-2, Athletics leading the Royals. Here's a pitch. Fly ball. Let's see if that's going to fall in. It will fall into center field. Here comes a throw. It is not going to be in time. As, of course, at first base, Childress had to wait to see if it would fall. It did. And he beats the throw to second. So Brandon Nelson with a base hit, a single. That's the 4th hit of this game for the Athletics. And David Pike, number 9 hitter, will be at the plate. With nobody out. 4-2, Athletics. With the lead. Here's a pitch. Pike takes it inside and high. 1-0 the count. 4-2. The Athletics with runners at first and second. They lead the Royals. Here's a fastball. Got the quarter for a strike. 1-1 the count.
Looks like I can relate to the scoreboard control. It's got a wire loose.
Well, yeah, I understand that. Here's the next delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Count should be no balls. I'm sorry, I believe 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now we've got a little problem with the scoreboard here, but here's a 1-2 delivery. Just outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. 4-2 the Athletics leading the Royals. As Tony Bailey sets. Here's a delivery. Struck him out on a fastball. Mike goes down swinging. That's about 7 or 8 strikeouts for Tony Bailey. 1 out. John Curtis will be at the plate. He struck out twice.
That's 7 strikeouts for Mr. Bailey.
Well, he's been tough. John Curtis is a catcher, so he's 0 for 2 looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. We're approaching 7 o'clock right now, almost 6:55 here in Glasgow. Top of the 4th inning.
Hayes with their first 2 runners here on first and second. I know they'd like to get some runs in right here, Jim.
And the Royals like to shut them down. Boy, Bailey threw the heat that time, threw it right past Fry for a strike. 0-1 the count.
This could be the pivotal inning in this game right here so far, Jim.
Bailey from the full windup. Here's a delivery. Ground ball comes to the second baseman. Blackburn, here's his throw. He'll go to third. Is it in time? No, it drew Frazier off the bag. Tell you what, Mark almost got him, but it drew Jamie off the bag, and Jamie did a good job to grab that. Almost got him at third, but couldn't, and the bases are loaded for Cody Elliott. He struck out and he's walked.
Cody Elliott.
1 out. As Bailey sets. Here's a delivery. Inside for a ball. Excuse me, 1-0 the count. So the A's leading by 2, bases loaded and 1 out. Elliott's the batter. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. And of course, Evan Harlow, who is an outstanding hitter. I know he struck out his last time, but he lined a double. I'm sorry. He's had 2 base hits. I'm looking at Elliott's stats. He's lined 2 doubles. Well, he's up next, and Bailey behind at 3-0. Is that fastball missed high? And time is called by Sidney Bailey. And
Sidney's going to come out.
He knows this is a critical situation, Randall.
Right. Well, he's had a little rough luck right here. Had a couple of errors and bang play right there, and could have had a couple of outs, but it didn't go his way, and now he's behind 3 balls and no strikes, and probably a little upset. And Sidney's going to try to talk to him a little bit right here and calm him down.
Randall, as I scan the bleachers and the surrounding areas here at Gorin Park, I see just an outstanding crowd.
Such dignitaries as Golden Voice Royce and Follis Crow, Mr. Steve Davenport, Buck Kinger. Well, we better stop this list right where it is.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball. Got it on the inside quarter for strike 1. 3-1 to count. So Bailey still behind at 3-1. Elliott, he might be taking another pitch right here.
Probably will be.
3-0 pitch. He did. Oh, just missed a little bit high. Ball 4, and that walks in a run, and the Athletics lead 5-2, and Harlow's going to be at the plate. Childress scores. Excuse me, Randall. Bases loaded, and Evan Harlow will be at the plate. With the base hit right here, the Athletics could build a sizable lead. That ball missed inside and high. Fastball did. 1-0 the count.
Major League All-Star game tomorrow night, Mr. Moody.
That's right. 1-0 delivery, fastball, outside corner. Who knows? It could be for the National League Championship, the Reds and the Braves in October.
I think the Reds are going to have to get some more pitching somewhere.
Here's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Wonder if the Dodgers might trade Nomo or the Braves Maddox.
I think so.
1-2 delivery. Struck him out, Randall. That's a big strikeout right there for Bailey. Called strike 3 on Harlow, got the quarter, and there's 2 outs. Big strikeout right there, especially if he follows it up against Richie Thompson right here.
Right. Our official score here says it's going to be the Braves and the Rockies.
All right. I'd say it'll be the Braves. Let's see. Yep. I think it'll be the Braves and the Reds. I really do. Here's a fastball. Ground ball right back to Bailey. He'll take it to Gordon Melton at home for out number 3. Of course, all he has to do is step on the plate because it's a force out. Randall, it could have been a whole lot worse for the Royals right there. Hayes scored 1, which they're glad to get, but I think Bailey did a great job of pitching out of a really big jam that time.
They sure did, Jim. He had the bases loaded right there with the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters up and got out of it with just 1 run scoring. So I'd say he's pretty pleased with that effort right there.
What are the numbers, sir?
The Royals, the Athletics come up with 1 run on 1 hit. The Royals had 1 error and 3 men left on base.
Moving to the bottom of the 4th inning, it's the Royals trailing the Athletics by a score of 5-2. We'll be back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports. Yours.
Yeah, they like them. They'd like them better somewhere else, I think, like down in Tennessee somewhere where they belong.
Only 100 days till football season when the Big Orange takes on the Blue.
Hope they don't have to play Alabama this year.
I forgot. Well, they don't ever play him. Here's the first pitch. Fastball is low from Harlow. 1-0 the count. It's really going to be interesting to see what Kentucky does in football this year, Randall.
I don't think.
And I'm not meaning that as a joke. I really am interested to see. Here's a fastball. There's a rip. Base hit by Dominique Bailey. Ripped it hard to left field. Brandon Nelson scoops it up, makes a nice relay throw to David Pike. And a good start for the Royals here in the 4th inning. Boy, Dominique, he waylaid that one to left field. Nice hit. And here's Michael Thomerson, who hit a solo shot over the center field defense. Big blast right here would make it a 1-run game, but I know what Mr. Michael wants. What Bailey wants, just a big old base hit.
That's right.
Here's Harlow's first pitch. Now tapped behind the plate, and the count of no balls and 1 strike.
What they really want is a home run, but they'll take a base hit.
And they've gotten the leadoff man on.
That's right.
Now Thomerson at the plate.
Just want to keep the momentum going here a little bit.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a rip to left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Bailey's going to try for 3. Here's a throw. It's not going to be in time. Now Bailey's going to try to score, and he will with ease. Moving on to third is Thomerson. Here comes a throw. It's not going to be in time, and the Royals trail 5-3. Thomerson safe at third, and Bailey, great speed scores. Let me tell you what, Randall. Big Daddy Thomerson hit that ball as hard as he hit that homer. He just got it down a little bit.
That's right.
He ripped that ball to left field.
Dominique Bailey used some speed right there.
Brandon Nelson, quick relay throw to Martin at third, skipped away just a little bit. Scoring was Bailey. And then moving on to third base is going to be Thomerson. Now Gordon Melton at the plate. That brings a tying run to the plate with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning on Championship Monday.
Mr. Dominique Bailey pretty much made something out of nothing right there when he manufactured a run, so to speak, when he just rounded second on that on a base hit to left field. When you can go from first to third on a base hit to left field, you got some speed.
Oh, brother, doesn't he?
And he made him rush the throw a little bit, and he got all the way home on it.
Gordon pops up, and it is going to be a foul ball. Nice effort by Richie Thompson at first base behind the bag. Almost grabbed it. Couldn't. Hoed won the count. Royals battling back, trailing 5-3. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Athletics lead. And Thomerson with the base hit to left field at third. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Mr. Gordon Melton. Takes it outside for ball 1. What did Gordon do his first time?
Gordon struck out his first time up there.
All right. Number 6 hitter for the Royals. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Gordon, ground ball, comes to the third baseman. Up, bobbled it. And Melton's going to be safe at first. Thomerson's going to score. And it's 5-4. Matt Martin almost got it, but it slipped through his legs just a little bit. Couldn't find it momentarily, and Gordon's reached on an error. Tying run at first base. Go-ahead run at the plate. Nobody out. As the Royals battling back in a thriller here at Gordon Park. Now, Mr. Mark Blackburn will bat for the first time in this game. Second baseman, number 7 hitter. And Mr. Blackburn has a .240 batting average with 9 RBIs this year.
I think Mark was in the original starting lineup, and I think he had a little upset stomach right there just before the game started, and really didn't feel like playing, but he looks like he's fine now.
Takes a fastball across the corner for a strike inside one. Counted no balls and 2 strikes. The first delivery was a strike. Blackburn looking for a base hit right here. 5-4, the Royals trailing the Athletics. Here's a pitch to Blackburn. Swings it and misses on an inside delivery for strike 3. Big strikeout for Harlow gives him some confidence. Melton, the tying run, at first base. And now at the plate will be the center fielder, Joshua Dennis. First pitch, swing and a miss, first strike. Harlow firing the strikes. 0-1 the count, 1 out. Royals have scored twice here in the 4th inning as they trail 5-4. Coach Bailey wants to talk to Mr. Dennison right here. Not much of a breeze here. Not been much of a breeze today. It's just been plain hot, and I'm not sure much of a breeze would help. As hot as it's been, Randall.
It'd be a warm breeze.
Well, you're right about that.
But really, when it's this hot, any kind of little breeze helps.
Well, that's right. Here's a fastball just above the knees for strike 2. Boy, Harlow's come back tough. 0-2 the count.
He bears down when he has to.
He sure does.
Gets those balls across for strikes.
Here's a delivery. Good job by Dennison. Stayed tough, outed against the screen. We've got a player and coach interviews immediately following this contest, and then they've got trophy presentations, and several teams are going to get trophies. Had a 3-way tie for second place. Braves won the regular season championship. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just outside. Skipped away a little bit. Mr. Fry chased it down, and Gordon decides not to head to second base. 1-2 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, with the Royals trailing the A's 5-4. Here's the next pitch. We get a miss, and Dennison strikes out. Harlow's recorded a few strikeouts in the last couple of innings. That looks like they could be number 4.
I think you're right, Mr. Brady. That's number 4.
Joshua Berry.
Here's Joshua Berry at the plate, number 9 hitter. First pitch to Joshua is in the dirt. Good block by Fry. Kept it in front of him. Skipped away a little bit on the right side. Stays in front of it, and they count it 1 ball and no strikes.
These last 2 strikeouts have come at a very opportune time for Mr. Harlow.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Got it for strike 1. Both of these pitchers really with good location. They use all parts of the plate, as Harlow missed outside that time. Good dig by Fry. 2-1 the count. 7:05 WCLU Glasgow. Here's a 2-1 delivery. Slow roller. First baseman Thompson's got it, bobbled it, and he won't be able to make the play, as Richie did hang on to it after it skipped away a couple of times. But Joshua Berry reaches first on a error by the first baseman. Runners at first and second. Could be a big play as Tony Bailey, good hitter, will be at the plate. He's got a double and a single, and a base hit right here could tie this ball game.
I'm sure the A's right there wanted to get out.
Oh, Bailey chased the fastball high. 0-1 the count.
Wanted to get out right there, so Mr. Bailey would have had to let off the next inning instead of coming up with runners on first and second.
Here's Harlow. 0-1 delivery. Fastball's high. Only laid off that one. He's 2 for 2 on the afternoon. 1-1 the count with 2 away. Runners at first and second for the Royals as they trail the A's by a score 5-4. Here's a pitch. Bailey. Slow roller. Ground ball comes to Pike. He's got it. He'll tag out the runner going from first to second. And he tags out Joshua Berry. Big out for the Athletics right there. Both of these teams recording some big outs in this inning. But the Royals strike back, and it's a 1-run game once again, Randall, as we've played 4 innings.
The Royals get 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 athletic errors, and 2 people left on base.
At the end of 4 innings, the Royals lead the Athletics. I'm sorry, the Athletics lead the Royals. The Athletics lead the Royals by a score of 5-4. Back in 1 minute on WCLU in center field and left field, Joshua Berry. Jamie Frazier at third, Dominique Bailey at short. At second, Mark Blackburn. At first, Michael Thomerson. Gordon Melton behind the plate, and Tony Bailey on the mound will check again the Athletics defense at the bottom of this inning.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Randall, your observation so far, 1-run game here in the top of the 5th.
Oh, what can you say, Jim? It's been an exciting game right here. 1 run, still anybody's ball game going into the top of the 5th. The A's jumped out on top, 2 quick runs in the first inning. Royals came back with 1 in the second. A's pick up 2 more in the third on a couple of base hits there. And the Royals come back with 1 in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th on 2 big hits by Dominique Bailey and Michael Thomerson. So it's a 5-4 ball game here going into the top of the 5th inning.
Let's look at the first 3 batters for the A's.
First 3 batters for the A's will be the center fielder, Brandon Struther. He'll be followed by Matt Martin and Charles Childress.
It's like batters 5, 6, and 7 for the A's here in the 5th. What's Struther done so far today?
Struther struck out in the 1st inning and got a base hit to right field in the 3rd inning.
Here's Tony Bailey's first delivery, fastball outside, and you know that Bailey's got to have a little confidence going back to the mound with his team cutting the deficit to 1 at 5-4.
I think the Royals have got to have a little momentum right here, Jim. They're getting 2 runs there to get back in the ball game a little bit, and they know that they're the home team, so they're going to have the last bat. So that could be the deciding factor in this game.
2-0 delivery from Bailey. Fastball missed outside. 3-0 the count. Bailey and Struther battling here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's Bailey's pitch. Fastball, perfect down the pike for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Nobody out here in the 5th. Athletics batting. Struther's a lefty. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Swing and a foul ball against the headed toward yours truly. I'm sure Randall would have caught it without a problem. 3-2 the count.
I was just getting ready to jump right out in front of you and let that ball hit me, Jim.
No, what you were getting ready to do is jump over to the concession stand. Payoff pitch coming up from Bailey. Here's a delivery. Slap foul. He went to the opposite field, hit it foul. Out of play on the left side, and the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good battle here as we begin the 5th inning. Tony Bailey sets, fires. Ground ball comes to the first baseman, Michael Thomerson, and he steps on the bag for out number 1. I believe Bailey was behind at 3 balls and no strikes and came back big, Randall.
Both these pitchers done a good job, Jim, of when they get behind in the count, they don't quit. They keep battling at it, and most of the time they come back and get an out.
Here's Matt Martin. He struck out his first time, and then he walked his second time. He swings and misses for strike 1 on the fastball. As Tony Bailey sets, fires, delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Look, a little bit off that fastball. Tailed beautifully over the plate. Martin a little bit late on that swing. 0-2 the count with 1 out. Here's Bailey, sets. The slow curve is high. 1-2 the count. We're in the top of the 5th inning, a 5-4 lead for the Athletics here. Bailey set to deliver. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Outside, Martin laid off of it, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away here in the 5th inning. Tony Bailey from the full windup. Fastball is low, and now a different twist. He was ahead at 0-2, and now the payoff pitch coming up at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
A little different twist. We'll see what happens right here.
He walked him, Randall, as the inside delivery. Let's see how many walks Bailey has. I'll let you count that up as the Athletics. I believe the Athletics have had a base runner in every inning of this game.
Mr. Bailey has 5 walks. I'd say that's uncharacteristic for him.
Al Childress will be at the plate. Charles Childress, what's he done so far?
He walked in the 2nd inning and reached base on an error by the shortstop in the 4th inning.
Fouls it against the screen for strike 1. 0-1 the count on the fastball. Here's Tony Bailey, sets another fastball. Childress is late on his cut, and the count is 0-2.
I think a big factor right here in the 4th inning, Jim, the Athletics had 7 batters come to the plate in the 4th inning. They only scored 1 run.
There's a fastball that's outside. 1-2 the count.
So if they lose this ball game, they're probably going to look back at that.
Fastball, Randall's high, just a little bit high, and the count at 2-2.
So they couldn't have scored the runs when they needed them the worst.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Here's a delivery from Bailey. Oh, Childress hung tough, and I'll tell you what, Bailey threw a nice pitch that time. It got on the outside half of the plate. That time, I thought Childress just did a nice job of just reaching over, just got a piece of it, and the count remains at 2-2.
Just enough to stay alive.
Here's Bailey from the full windup. The pitch, it's high and inside. Take it off is Martin. And Milton won't chance it, won't make the throw. Count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Childress at the plate Martin in scoring position with 1 out.
Probably a good decision by Melton right there to hang on to that ball, Jim. He didn't have much of a chance to get him, and he might have thrown the ball away.
3-2 the count, and he struck him out for 2 away. Now, Brandon Nelson will be at the plate with 2 gone.
9 strikeouts for Mr. Bailey.
And he gets some words of encouragement right here with 2 gone. Runner still in scoring position for the Athletics.
Brandon Nelson got a big hit his last time.
He sure did. Real big hit. First pitch to Mr. Nelson. Inside. 1-0 the count. So Nelson comes in right here. Here's a 1-0 delivery. Line shot, foul down the right field line. Well, Coach Fry had to move out of the way that time, didn't he? 1-1 the count.
I didn't know he was that agile.
Well, obviously he is.
I guess when you've got that speeding bullet coming at you.
Yeah, you get at. Yes, you're right about that. Fastball is low. 2-1 the count to Nelson. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Here's a fastball. That's outside. 3-1 the count. Runner at second base. As Bailey sets, fires, 3-1 pitch, struck him. Well, got strike 2. 3-2 the count. 5-4 here. Bailey trying to get a strikeout against Brandon Nelson right here. The 3-2 pitch, struck him out. Out of called strike 3. That may be his 9th strikeout of the day.
I believe it's his 10th. Jim.
Boy, tough. Randall, what are the numbers, sir, for the Athletics here in the top of the 5th inning?
Athletics, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base.
After 4.5 innings, the Athletics lead the Royals 5-4. Back in 1 minute on WCLU Sports. Jim Moody, Randall Cook, Championship Monday for the Glasgow Little League. Randall, who are the first 3 batters for the Royals as they trail 5-4?
Big inning for the Royals right here, Jim. They have their number 2, 3, and 4 batters up. Number 2 batter, Bryce Button. He'll be followed by Jamie Frazier and Dominique Bailey.
So, Randall, what about the 5th here?
Well, the Royals coming up to me, their lineup right here, Jim, and they're 1 run down. The Royals are going to need to get some runs right here, and Mr. Harlow is going to try to shut them down. There's a ground ball to shortstop. It's off his glove out into center field. I believe we'll have to give Mr. Button a base hit right there.
And he's a tying run at first base with nobody out here in the 5th inning. I mean, he hit that sharply. And tell you what, there was not much Cody could do with that as it bounced into center field and Struther picked it up.
Handcuffed Mr. Elliott right there, and he did get his glove on it, but it went on out into the outfield for a base hit.
Here's Jamie Frazier at the plate. First pitch from Harlow to Frazier is high for a ball. 1-0 the count. 5-4, the Athletics leading the Royals here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Glasgow Little League Championship. Harlow sets, fastball outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Athletics clinging to a 1-run lead, but the big bats coming up for the Royals right here. 2-0 delivery. Frazier went around for a strike. Did he catch the inside corner anyway?
Yeah,
he went around.
Did, but he tried to check his swing, and I think he went around enough that the umpire called it a strike, but it was probably right on the corner there, too.
Here's Harlow's 2-1 pitch. Eyed inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count.
3-1 right here. Big pitch. Big pitch for Harlow to see what he does right here. Here comes a pitch.
There's a ground ball that comes to the second baseman, rolls into right field. And rounding second and moving on to third. And now, moving to second will be Frazier. Safe at third is going to be Bryce Button. And a good situation for the Royals right here as they've got their number 4 and 5 hitters up with nobody out. A tying run at third base, the go-ahead run at second, and Dominique Bailey's at the plate. He singled his last time.
I think if the Royals are going to win this ball game, Jim, they're going to win it right here.
Get the big production from the big bats.
That's right.
Number 4 and 5 as the first pitch to Bailey outside. 1-0 the count.
And by the same token, if the A's are going to win it, they're going to have to shut them down. That's what this game's all about.
Right at this point, you're exactly right. 1-0 delivery. Bailey found it against the screen, had a nice cut. 1-1 the count. Oh, a big battle here at the Glasgow Little League Championship Monday on WCLU Sports.
That's the way it ought to be.
That's the way it usually is. Here's a 1-1 pitch.
Out that way.
Missed outside. Good eye by Dominique Bailey, the cleanup hitter. 2-1 the count with nobody out here in the 5th inning. A's 5, Royals 4.
We got to brag on all these teams and coaches.
Oh, boy.
What a great year they've all had.
2-1 delivery outside, and the count at 3-1. 3-1 the count.
We walk Mr. Bailey right here. We got to face Big Daddy Thomerson with the bases loaded.
Oh, goodness gracious. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That's what's going to happen as Bailey walks. The bases are loaded with nobody out. And Michael Thomerson at the plate. He hit a solo shot his first time. He singled his second time up. And time is called with nobody out and the bases loaded here on WCLU Sports.
I just heard Coach Bailey tell him not to worry about that home run. He just wanted to...
Just a hard-hit ball somewhere.
Solid, hard-hit ball like you had the last inning. And if you do that...
Usually good things will happen unless you hit it right at it.
Right, unless you hit right at somebody. And, if you get it up a little bit, it's going out of here if you hit it solid. So, he just doesn't want him to get up there and overswing trying to hit a grand slam home run and strike out in this situation if he can help it. But,
are we going to have a pitching change right here, Randall?
No, I don't think so. I think they considered it, but Coach Weiniger's going back to the dugout, and he's going to leave Mr. Harlow in. That's probably a wise decision.
And he's done a very good job.
He sure has.
Thomerson steps in, 2 for 2 on the day. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the first pitch to Thomerson. Big O cut, missed it for strike 1. 0-1 the count.
Big pitch from Mr. Harlow right there to get
off to a good start.
Put a little.
Harlow did.
I think he put a little extra on that pitch right there. It was up in Thomerson's eyes, and he couldn't lay off of it.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Thomerson. There's a base hit up the middle. That's going to tie the game. As Struther bobbles it in center field, scoops it up. Frazier's going to score. Throw's not going to be in time. Another run's going to score. That's Dominique Bailey. And it is now 7-5. The Royals with their first lead of this game. A 3-run blast up the middle by Thomerson. What was a 3-run deficit is now a 2-run lead for the Royals. Gordon Melton steps up to the plate.
The catcher, Gordon.
And there's nobody out. 7-5. Thomerson, the runner at second. And now for the A's, Randall, you want to hold it to a 2-run deficit. If you're the Royals, you want to continue to build that with the A's last bat coming up in the 6th inning.
That's right. We got Gordon Melton coming up here for the Royals, and if you're the A's, you sure don't want to let them have any more runs, Jim, because this has been a nip and tuck game the whole time, and it's still anybody's ball game, and don't want to let them have any more runs.
Pass ball, Melton swings and misses for a strike. 0-1 the count. The Royals have taken their first lead of this game here in the last of the 5th inning. Thomerson at second base, and there's still nobody out. Royals 7, Athletics 5. As Harlow sits, right-hander pitches. Melton pops it up on the right side. Oh, what a great grab.
Play.
What a beautiful catch by Thompson down the first base line. Dove and got it for out number 1. Just another gem defensively. What a way for the Royals as Mark Blackbird will step to the plate.
The second baseman.
What another tremendous defensive play by first baseman Richie Thompson of the Athletics.
Can't say enough about the defense we've seen in these Little League games, Jim.
Pass ball high and tied, 1-0 the count. To Blackburn right here in the 5th inning. Blackburn digs in. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Ground ball. It is going to be sliced foul down the first baseline. And they counted 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. 7-5. The Royals leading the A's right here. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Line shot right at Thompson. He's got a chance for a double play. Does he get it? Nope. Thompson to back safely. Thompson's had a couple of nice defensive plays. You know, Blackburn hit that ball well. Just hit it right at Richie Thompson at first base. 2 outs. Now Joshua Dennison will be at the plate. First pitch to him. Curve a little bit low. 1-0 the count. Oh, it's been a really good ball game. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Athletics trailing the Royals 7-5. Another fastball. It's going to be fouled out of play on the right side over the first base dugout, and they count it 1-2.
Both these pitchers really pitched well, Jim. Mr. Harlow has pitched a great game. MOE trail 7-5 right now.
Here's a foul ball trying to back out of the way was Joshua Dennison, and he got part of the bat.
But the bat got in the way.
Well, we saw Mark McGuire, the A's, take one off of, I think it was off David Cone Saturday.
Right. He's out, knocked him out of the All-Star.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell
you what.
That's a
you might realize those guys throw 85 or 90 miles an hour. I don't care if you got a helmet on or not. They hit your noggin, it's going to sting some.
It sure is.
Here's a ground ball, comes back to Harlow. Nice stop. He'll throw to Richie Thompson for out number 3. But the Royals strike big here in the bottom of the 5th inning as they take their first lead of this game. A 2-run advantage for Coach Bailey's ball club as we move to the 6th inning.
Royals score 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, had 1 man left on base.
After 5 innings, we play 6 here in Little League Baseball, and after 5 innings, the Royals on top of the Athletics by a score of 7-5. Back with Championship Monday in 60 seconds on WCI. Top of the 6th inning, and for the first time in this game, the Athletics trail the Royals by a score of 7-5. So the Athletics, Randall, will have to score at least twice here to continue this game. What do we have, sir, in the top of the 6th inning for the A's?
Leading off in the top of the 6th inning will be David Pike. He'll be followed by the top of the lineup, John Kurt Fry and Cody Elliott.
Randall?
So what the A's want to do right here is try to get a couple of runners on, Jim, and try to manufacture some runs right here.
And the Royals want to get that leadoff man.
Right. It's always very important to get that first out of the inning, Jim, and sometimes it's very difficult to come by.
All right, Randall, what's Mr. Pike done so far tonight?
Mr. Pike has hit a line shot to center field that the center fielder made a great play on, and he did that in the 2nd inning. In the 4th inning, he struck out.
Here we go. So Bailey
Royals
and his team looking for the Little League Championship of Glasgow.
Royals infield getting together there on the mound there and getting getting pumped up a little bit to try to get these outs right here and end this ball game.
Tony Bailey, what a whale of a job. I believe he's got 10 strikeouts in this game as he faces Pike to lead off the 6th inning. First pitch, high and away for a ball. And you know the A's are going to look for base runners any way they can get those.
Right, they've got to have base runners right now, Jim. And whether it be a walk or a base hit or an error or whatever.
Fastball is high from Tony Bailey. 2-0 the count.
Tony's a little high with those first 2 pitches, Jim, and of course we've seen him get behind on hitters before, and he comes back strong.
There's a swing and a miss on a fastball. Pike had a good cut at it, but was a little bit late.
It was a good pitch by Tony.
Oh, yes, it was.
Right on the inside
It was, and David swung at a good pitch that time. 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Bailey paddling back.
That's what he's done pretty much all night and probably all season.
Here's a 2-2 delivery. Fastball just missed a little bit outside. And a payoff pitch coming up right here. Big pitch for Bailey right here and for Pike. And the count at 3-2. Here's a delivery. Oh, Pike hung tough, and that would have been strike 3. And David made a nice connection that time.
He hung tough.
Got it against the screen, Randall. Found it against the screen.
That's all you can do. Just hang in there, Jim. Try to get a pitch you like or draw a walk.
Here's Tony Bailey. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. 1 gone for the Athletics as Pike strikes out. Excuse me. Now you got John Kurt Fry. And then Cody Elliott. You know, they would like to get on because you know Harlow's an outstanding hitter.
Harlow and Thompson right there if they can get 1 or 2 runners on.
Fastball is a little bit high. 1-0 the count. Royals wanting to record 2 more outs before the Athletics can score 2 runs and win the Glasgow Little League Championship. 1-0 delivery. That's outside to Fry. 2-0 the count. Now Bailey got behind on Pike at 2-0 and battled back for the strikeout. His 11th, I think, tonight. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Tony Bailey. Pop up, foul against the screen. Backstop. And the count at 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Well, that player and coach interviews following this championship battle. Here's Tony Bailey, the right-hander sets, fires, swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 the count. Bailey looking for his 12th strikeout of this battle. Here's a pitch. High for ball 3. 3-2 the count. So it's the second straight time he's had to deliver the payoff pitch. Last time he got the strikeout. What's going to happen right here to Fry? 3-2 pitch. He walked it. It's low. That brings a tying run to the plate, and Cody Elliott with 1 out.
The shortstop, Cody Elliott.
Let's see, what has Elliott done so far?
Mr. Elliott walked in the first inning and struck out in the third and walked in the fourth.
First pitch to Elliott. A little bit high, the fastball. 1-0 the count.
Tony's struggling a little bit right here.
Well, his pitches aren't missing by much, right?
Not missing by much, but just enough to be a ball.
1-0 delivery. There's a swing and a miss. Elliott. 1-1 the count.
That was a real good pitch right there.
Cody Elliott at the plate right here. Time is called. 1-1 the count. Mr. Fry wants to tie a shoe over on first base.
Don't want to be going for that home plate and fall over your shoes.
No, sir. No, sir. I did that once at the salad bar. Here's a 1-1 delivery. Fastball, swing and a miss. Elliott, 1-2 the count.
I'm sure it didn't keep you from getting your plate.
I bounced right back. 1-2 the count. Wow. Here's me. Here's Bailey's pitch. Outside Randall for ball 2. He's going to try to grab second base, and he will. Got away a little bit from Gordon Melton. 2-2 the count. I think that was a wild pitch, though, wasn't it? 2-2 the count.
How could I argue with you?
Oh, you can do that all the time. Here's a fastball outside. 3-2 the count. So Bailey again, third straight batter that he's run the count to 3-2.
Yeah, he's a little bit. He's struggling a little bit this inning.
Well, he knows the importance. Here's a pitch.
Right.
Struck him out, Randall. First strikeout. Number 12, the second out of this inning. Boy, here's a big battle right here. Is Harlow. I know Coach Fry, this is a guy he wants at the plate to keep his inning alive with a big base hit.
That's right. He's got his number 3 and 4 hitters up now.
Fly ball that's going to be out of play on the right side. Well, that left his bat, Randall. It was really hit high. The distance wasn't that long. It sounded good, though.
He struggled a little bit this inning, but he's got 2 big strikeouts.
There's strike 2 on the outside corner.
There's a big strike right there.
That's right. Now Harlow's the guy to protect that plate at 0-2.
Tony's got to make him hit his pitch.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, tap foul down the third base line. Oh, Harlow, Evan, give him credit. He stays alive at no balls and 2 strikes.
All these kids got a lot of heart, Jim.
Oh, brother, what are you talking about?
Don't give up. They just keep battling, keep battling.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Oh, I am very impressed. Always impressed with our Glasgow Little League program.
It's a real strong program, Jim, has been for years.
No balls and 2 strikes to count to Harlow here in the 6th inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fly ball. Right there, shallow right field, back it up. Oh, dropping the ball is the right fielder. I'm sorry, the second baseman. Blackburn, the throw is not going to be in time. Harlow moves down to second base, and it's 7-6 as the Athletics still alive. Fry scores. Blackburn, I thought he had it. He backed up, had to backtrack a little bit, and it popped out of his glove. So 7-6, the tie and run at second base with 2 outs. Athletics still alive as Thompson will be at the plate. And a base hit here, Randall, to tie this game.
Base hit right here to ties the ball game, Jim. That was just a little lazy fly ball or a little pop-up in between right over the second baseman's head.
Like Mark had it, Mark Blackburn had it and just couldn't hang on to it.
He had to make a pretty good little run there to get to it, and it popped out of his glove.
Here's a fastball. That over for strike 1. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Strike 2 to Thompson on the outside corner. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 delivery to Thompson outside for ball 1. Now, what has Thompson done so far in this game, Randall?
Thompson walked in the first, got on an error on the right fielder in the third, and had a fielder's choice in the fourth.
Here's a base hit that's going to fall into center field. Picked up by the center fielder, Dittison. Dittison, the throw will not be in time as he got it to the second baseman. Comes to Melton. This game is tied. Thompson's going to try for 3. Here comes Melton's throw. Is it in time? Got him. Frazier tagged him out. This game is tied at 7. On Championship Monday here on WCLU, the A's had to score twice. And they did here in the 6th inning, Randall. Give him credit. That was a line shot by Thompson, and he drives in Harlow, the tying run. And Thompson tried to stretch it to 3. Nice throw to Frazier to tag him out.
Came up with 2 runs on 1 big hit, 1 error, and nobody left on base.
After 5.5 innings, the score. The A's 7 and the Royals 7. Royals could win it here in the last of the 6th with 1 run. The A's want to play extra innings. We'll find out in 60 seconds on WCLU Sports as they try to win it.
All right, Jim, you have leading off Joshua Berry. He'll be followed by Tony Bailey and Bryce Button.
No room for error for the Athletics right here. The Royals score 1, and this game is over. What's Berry done so far, Randall?
He walked in the 3rd inning and got on an error in the 4th inning.
Royals. And the A's tied at 7. Here's a 1-0 delivery. Fastball for a strike. 1-1 the count. Give the Athletics credit. They had to score twice in the 6th, and they did. 1-1 pitch to Berry. There's a ground ball up that caromed off the glove of Thompson. And the roll to second base as no one will get it. And you give him an error or base hit on that one, Randall? As Bailey's at the plate.
Right there, Jim. It was hit pretty much right to him right there, and he couldn't get the handle on it.
Tony Bailey takes it outside for a ball. So you know the Royals have their good bats coming up here with Tony Bailey, and he's gotten a couple of hits.
That's right. He had a base hit in the 1st inning and a double in the 3rd inning.
Here's a 1-0 pitch. High inside to Bailey. 2-0 the count.
You have to give the Athletics credit, Jim. Both Harlow and Thompson, I think, had no balls and 2 strikes on them, and they both came up with pretty good.
Boy, there's a hard hit ball that is pulled foul. I believe that got the light pole over there and bounced right back to Harlow.
Pitcher.
You can't do it any better than that. 2-1 the count.
So the A's were pretty much down to their last pitch, Jim, and they fought back to tie this game up.
Fastball's outside, Randall. 3-1 the count to Bailey. Nobody out here. Let him run it to first base for the Royals. In the bottom of the 6th inning, this championship game tied at 7 on WCLU Sports. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fastball's inside, so that moves the tying run to second base. Harlow will face Button right here. Key, very, very big batter for Harlow right here. A walk or an error, anything. Of course, an error or base hit could win the game for the Royals. A walk would load the bases. Here's the first pitch. There's a line shot, Randall. That's going to fall in. The right fielder scoops it up. Here comes the winning run. Is it going to score? The throw is not in time, and the Royals win. As Berry scores, and who got that big base hit? Bryce Button.
Bryce Button.
The right center field. What a great hit for Button. And give the Royals credit after the A's tied at 7. The Royals win it in the bottom of the 6th by a score of 8-7. And what a fantastic game here on WCLU Sports.
Great game, Jim, and a great finish. The Athletics played a great game, jumped out on top.
To beat the A's by a score of 8-7. It's our pleasure to visit with A's coach Kurt Fry, and boy, just a wonderful, wonderful game. Went back and forth. Anything we knew could happen, and by George it did. You had the lead, and the Royals battled back.
Jim, it was a super game. The A's stayed together as a team and played ball. They just have done a super job in this tournament. I want to congratulate Sidney Bailey and the Royals on a great win. They are an awful tough team to beat, but I'm just so proud of my A's. They've hung together all year and played as a team. I've got great parents, great kids, great coaches. The officials done a good job this year. It's just been a great year for us.
Pretty even league this year, wasn't it? And I think the tournament told that tale, didn't it?
It was a real even league. The top seeds got knocked out pretty quick, with the exception of the Royals. We had the Mariners that didn't win but 3 in all season and played 3 games in the tournament. So it was just super tournament this year. It's been a great league down here this year.
What about this game? The Royals just got some big hits when they had to, and one time you had the bases loaded, and I believe in the 4th inning you did score 1 run, but you had the bases loaded and 1 out, and then they got out of a jam right there, and we thought that was big.
Jim, we've left the bases loaded so many times this year. For some reason, I don't know why, but that kind of hurt us, but we played a good ball game. The Royals just played a super game, came back on us when they needed to, and it's just they did a good job.
To your team's credit, you scored twice in the 6th inning. You had to score at least twice, and by George, you did with 2 outs.
They hung tough, came back, did what they were supposed to do, and when you come back and face the top of their lineup, it makes it awful hard. But Evan did a super job on the mound, and we played good ball. I'm so proud of the kids.
Thank your assistant coaches, if you would, and your parents. Then we're going to talk to your players.
Brandon Weniger's my assistant, or is a coach with me. He's done a super job helping me this year. Richard Thompson and Rick Elliott have helped me. They've just done a super job for us. I've got the greatest parents of any time that have played up here. It's just they have been supportive. They haven't fussed. It's just been it's been a great year for me. There's been no pressure. The parents have just been super for me.
I want to thank you for providing us with a lot of good information. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Jim.
Now let's bring your players up here, if you will, one at a time, and we'll visit with them for just a moment here on WCLU Sports. We'll get you to turn around, sir, and look toward that camera over there near right field so we can get back here just a little bit toward me. All right, what's your name, sir?
John Kurt Fry.
John, how old are you?
12.
And what school you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
John, what do you enjoy most about catching?
It's pretty fun.
Like to throw runners out at second base if you can?
Yes, sir.
This was a good ball game, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
I know you're disappointed, but it was a real tight one, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all did a good job. Thanks a lot, John. Now, let's bring the second young man up here from the Athletics. We're in our post-game report here on WCLU. This is about as far as we can probably stretch it out here. Let's get a little bit closer so we can get you on camera. What's your name, sir?
David Pike.
David, how old are you?
12.
And David, tell me what school you go to.
Glasgow Middle School.
Now, what position you play, David?
Third base, shortstop, second base.
You played second base tonight, didn't you? What do you like? And what else?
And pitcher.
Oh, so you're a utility player, aren't you? Well, now, what's your favorite position of those 4?
Probably shortstop.
Like get a lot of action at shortstop, don't you? What else do you enjoy most about playing ball?
Just defense.
All right, good job. Thank you, David. All right, bring the next young man up here, interviewing the Athletics. We'll get this young man to turn around, look toward that, come on over here closer to me. Look toward that camera right there. What's your name, sir?
Brandon Nelson.
Brandon, how old are you?
11.
Brandon, you got a big hit first time up, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, what position you play, Brandon?
Left field.
What do you enjoy most about playing left field?
I also played right field.
Right field?
4.
Okay. You like left field or right field better?
Right field.
Now, why is that? You get more hit that way or what?
No, I got more hits that way.
Okay. Good job. Thank you, Brandon. Good job, sir. Now, let's bring our next young man up here. All right. Get you to turn around, sir, and need to get a little closer there. What's your name?
Cody Elliott.
Cody, how old are you?
11.
And what school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Okay. Cody, what position you play?
Shortstop and pitcher.
Okay. You played short tonight, didn't you? What do you like about playing shortstop?
I don't know.
Have you turned any double plays this year?
No.
You caught any line drives or hard hit ground balls?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you enjoyed this season a lot?
Yeah.
All right. Good job. Thank you, Cody. Now, let's bring the next young man up here from the Athletics. All right. What's your name?
Charles Childress.
Charles, how old are you?
11.
And what school you go to?
South Green.
Tell me what position you play.
Outfield.
Outfield. What do you enjoy most about playing outfield, Charles?
You get a lot of balls hit to you.
Get a lot of fly balls?
Yeah.
You like trying to throw a runner out at second base or third base or home?
Yeah.
Okay, good job. Thank you, Charles. All right, let's bring the next young man up here. All right, get you to turn around, sir. What's your name?
Evan Harlow.
Evan, how old are you?
12.
12? And Evan, let me get you to scoot out here with me just a little more. Okay. Now, what school you go to, Evan?
Glasgow Middle School.
Evan, you pitched tonight. How'd you feel you did, Evan?
Pretty good, but not my best because my arm's a little sore.
Well, they've got some good hitters, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Boy, and tell me about that hit you got down that right field line the first time. How'd that feel?
He pitches pretty fast. I couldn't get my batter on real fast, but I felt pretty good.
Where do you like to hit? Can you hit to all parts of the field or what?
Just about.
Okay, good job, Evan. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's see who we've got next. All right, get you to turn around. What's your name, sir?
Matt Martin.
Matt, how old are you?
12.
And what school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Now, what position do you play?
Third base.
What do you like about playing third base?
Hard ground balls.
I was going to ask you, do you get some shots hit down that line sometimes?
Yeah.
You ever almost gotten hit by a line drive?
Yeah.
Have you caught it?
Sometimes.
Okay. This was a good ball game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Y'all had the lead, and of course the Royals came back. Just kind of a nip and tuck game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Good job. All right. Got, I believe, 3 more A's to talk to, and then we'll talk to the Royals. All right, come on. Get a little bit closer to me so we can see on the camera. What's your name?
Richie Thompson.
Richie, how old are you?
11.
And what school you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Richie, what position you play?
First base.
Tell me about that diving catch you made on that little pop-up. Do you remember that back in about the 5th inning?
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to get it, or were you scared you weren't, or what?
I was scared I was.
You got a big old hit last time, didn't you? Did you hit it up the middle, I think, and drove in a big run?
Yeah.
This is a good ball game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What did you enjoy most about this year?
Just having fun and playing ball.
Well, how did it feel to get to the championship game?
I liked it.
Okay, good job, Richie. Thank you, sir. Get this next young man up here. All right, let me get you to turn around. And what's your name?
Josh Martin.
And how old are you, Josh?
11.
And what school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle.
Josh, what position you play?
Left field.
What do you enjoy most about playing left field?
Pop flies.
Do you get a lot of fly balls hit out there?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to make any real tough catches, like near the fence or anything?
Yes.
Okay. Did you enjoy this season? Or what did you enjoy most about this season?
This game right here.
Oh, it was a good game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot, Josh. All right, got one more young man to talk to. Then we'll talk with the Royals. And if we can, Kurt, maybe get your players to move away so we can get everybody on camera. Let me get you a little closer. Now, what's your name, sir?
Brandon Strother.
And how old are you, Brandon?
11.
And what school do you go to?
I'll be going to Glasgow Middle School next year.
Okay. What position you play?
Center.
How you like center field? Tell me what you like most about playing center field.
I don't know. It's just all fun.
You get a lot of fly balls out there?
Yeah, I caught that one earlier in the game.
Yeah, you made a real good catch. All right. Thank you, Brandon. Good job. Kurt, thank you, sir. And congratulations on a great season. Now let's get Coach Bailey here. Sydney, get him up here and talk with Coach Bailey and congratulate him. Well, what a thrilling game.
I can't take no more of them, I tell you.
Does that make your blood pressure high?
I hadn't eaten in 3 days since this tournament started. My stomach's been messed up on me here. But that's what it's all about. These kids, they don't have to quit. They worked hard all year long. We have guys that came down that couldn't catch the ball, couldn't hit the ball. At the end of the season, they could start with just about anybody because they worked hard, and that's what it's all about down with these kids.
No, you want to congratulate the A's. Well, they gave you a tough game.
They're tough always. Kurt Fry, heck of a coach, keeps his team prepared, and I love to play against him.
Y'all really made a good comeback. You were down, I think, 4-1 and 5-2, and you just came right back. You got the big hits when you had to.
Well, from 1 to 6, we're probably as tough as anybody down here. They really put the bat on the ball, and they concentrated. I figured once the pitching started getting a little better, it would be all right.
The A's, give them credit. They scored 2 in the 6th, and then you all win it.
Yeah. Once again, we come back top of that lineup. When I get top of that lineup, I don't care who's up on the mound. I have pretty much confidence.
Mr. Big Daddy hit one out, too, didn't he?
Oh, Big Daddy's coming through for him. I tell you what, he's one of the toughest first basemen down here. His bat's just now starting to come around. If he'd have been tough all year long, I tell you what, it'd put some hurt on some people.
And I think, Brando, did Tony have about, how many strikeouts did Tony Bailey have?
He had 11 or 12.
Had 11 or 12. He's counting them up, and and he got some big strikeouts when he needed to get some big strikeouts.
Well, when I come out on the mound, I told him, I said, this is yours to lose and win. I said, what are you going to do? He said, Coach Bailey said, I'm up here to win. I just turned around and walked off the mound. I know he had it then.
Now, he had a dozen strikeouts.
Dozen strikeouts. He's averaged about 10 the whole season. When he's on, he's on. I think one game he had 15. So he's tough when he wants to be.
Ask you a couple of more questions, and we'll talk to you players. How balanced was the league this year?
It's the best I've ever seen it. I've been situated with, involved with Little League since '82, and I've saw a lot of games up here played by myself. I've never seen it this close. I mean, I just take, for instance, number 10, the Mariners. They knock off 2, they come close to getting here. So it's real balanced. They beat us. So anybody who beats us, the league is real balanced. So I think it was 3 second-place team, 1 first-place team, 1 game away. So it was a good balanced league.
I know you want to thank your assistant coaches and parents.
Oh, yes. They're the most important. And the parents get them here. First, give thanks to God. Without him, we couldn't do any of this. My coaches stuck with me. They came down here. We started anywhere from 8 o'clock in the morning, and been down here until 10 o'clock at night. And the parents bring them, they get them here. Sometimes they sit and wait, and you can't ask for better than that. And if the league keeps that kind of commitment, Glasgow Little League is going to be strong for a long time. I'd like to thank my ball players. They put up with me. I'm not an easy guy to put up with. I stress discipline and heart. That's the best thing. If we can teach a kid down here to use his heart, he can do anything he wants. And keep him off the streets, keep him in this league here, and keep him busy. That's what the main thing is. You know, they're our future, and we got to teach them, the right way.
Did you keep old Skip Melton straight?
Hey, that's the hardest thing to do right there. He keeps on sending me away. He's a probation officer, He's going to send me away. But he's a good coach. I couldn't done without Skip. Couldn't done without Ron Thomas, Mark Humphreys, Mike Thomerson. They were here through it all. First practice, I told them, I said, if you listen to us, we'll be at the big dance at the end.
And you were, and you won it.
And we were.
And thank you for all the information.
Thank you.
I certainly appreciate it. All right, let's bring you players up here and talk with them one at a time. All right, here we go. These are the Royals, champions of the 1995 Glasgow Little League Tournament, as they won 8-7 over the Athletics in the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, let me get you a little bit closer, sir. What's your name?
Tony Bailey.
Tony, tell me how old you are.
I'm 12.
Let me get you a little closer to the mic here. We're stretching our wire there. Okay,
I'm
now,
12.
okay. What school you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Tony, you pitch tonight. Tell me, you like to throw the fastball and curve, or what's your favorite pitch to throw?
Fastball.
Fastball. Well, how'd you feel tonight?
I felt good.
You know how many strikeouts you had?
No.
You had a dozen.
12?
12. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, did you get a little scared there when they tied the game?
Yeah, I did.
They came up with some big runs, and you all did too. This was really a good game, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to win the championship?
Feels great.
All right, good job, sir. All right, let's bring the next young man up here. Get him on the radio and on television. Let me get you a little bit closer. I need to get you right on the microphone here. What's your name?
Mark Blackburn.
How old are you, Mark?
12.
And tell me what school you go to.
Glasgow Middle School.
Mark, what position? You played second tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And now, did you get a base hit tonight?
Yeah.
Like the first time you were up or something?
No,
the second time? Now, Mark, what's it feel like to win the championship? Let me get you a little closer to the mic.
Feels great.
How did it feel to get to the champ? Did you have a lot of fun getting to the championship game? Winning the other ones?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good job. Thank you, Mark. Now let's get this next young man up here. What's your name, sir?
Jamie Frazier.
Jamie, how old are you?
11.
And what school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle.
And didn't you play 2 different positions tonight?
Yes.
Now tell me what you played.
Third and second.
Oh, now which one you like playing the most, Jamie?
Third.
Now, didn't you tag out the runner in the 6th inning who tried to stretch it into a triple?
Yes.
All right, that of course that proved to be a big out. What's been the most fun for you this year, Jamie?
Winning.
Was it winning the game tonight, winning the championship?
Yes.
Y'all got some shaving cream, or what is that you got there, Jamie?
Shaving cream.
Oh, me. All right, good job, sir. Thanks. All right, let's bring this next young man up here. All right, get a little bit closer to the mic. What's your name, sir?
Dominic Bailey.
Dominique, how old are you?
12.
And what school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Now, tell me what position you play.
Shortstop and pitcher.
And Dominique, you got some big base hits. Which was your favorite one tonight? Because you got several big base hits. Was it the last one or what?
It was the last one.
And that proved to be one of the biggest hits in the game. How's it feel to win the championship, Dominique?
Feels pretty good.
Well, what have you enjoyed most about this season? Defense, hitting, or what?
Just playing the game and hitting home runs.
All right, good job. Thank you, sir. Now, let's bring our next one. Oh, this fella. Hey, tell me your nickname is Big Daddy. Is that right, Mr. Thomerson?
Yeah, that's right.
Let me get you a little bit closer to the mic right here. Now, tell everybody your full name.
Michael Thomerson.
And how old are you, Michael?
12.
And tell me what position you play.
First base.
Well, let me ask you, what school you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Well, tell me about that home run. Did you know that thing was out when you hit it, or did you think it was going to be a fly ball to deep center field, or what?
Well,
Let me get a little closer. Okay.
I felt it in my forearms when I hit the ball, and my coach kept telling me when I hit the home run, I could feel it, and I felt it tonight.
All right. Then you got another big hit the second time. You hit one, I believe, to left field, line shot.
Yeah, that helped us too. That was a big base hit.
Were you concerned when they tied the game there in the 6th inning?
Yeah, it kind of made me upset.
But you all came back and won it. What's meant the most to you this year?
Just playing the game of baseball, the game I love.
All right, good job. Thank you, sir. Thomerson visiting with us. All right, bring this next young man up here. I believe this is a catcher. What's your name?
Gordon Melton.
Gordon, how old are you?
11.
And what school do you go to?
Gonna be going to middle school.
Okay. What do you enjoy most about catching? That's a prettle tough job back there. Get a little closer.
You're in on every play, and that you don't get bored or anything like that because you're always in on stuff.
Well, tell me, how'd you feel about this game, boy? It was a nip and tuck game back and forth.
I wasn't sure if we were going to win it or not, but I just kept telling myself that we hope we were.
Y'all made a big comeback, didn't you?
Yeah.
A couple of times in the game, you were down by 3 runs there, 5-2, and got I believe, a 7-5 lead, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good job, Gordon. Thank you, sir. Now, what's your name?
My name is Bryce Button.
All right, Bryce, tell me what position. You played, didn't you play a couple of positions in the outfield tonight?
Yeah, I played center field and right field.
You made a pretty good catch out there one time, didn't you?
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay, well, boy, I tell you, it was a tremendous. Did you throw a runner out tonight? Somebody threw a runner out at third or second or somewhere.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you. All right. Bryce, tell me what school you go to.
I go to the Glasgow Middle School.
Okay. What do you enjoy most about playing ball?
Well, I like hitting the ball most.
How did it feel tonight to win the championship? And in the bottom of the sixth inning?
Well, we couldn't have done it without the support of our team members, but I enjoyed winning.
Okay. Good job. Thank you, Bryce. Now let's bring this next young man up here. What's your name?
Joshua Dennison.
And Joshua, how old are you? Why don't you turn around where you right to that camera. How old are you, Joshua?
11.
Okay, what school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Let me get you a little bit closer to the mic, too.
Glasgow Middle School.
Okay, very good. What position you play?
Right and left.
Which one you enjoy the most of those two outfield positions? You like right? Why is that?
You get hit more.
You get more pop flies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Have you hit the ball pretty well this year?
Yeah.
How's it feel to win the championship?
Great.
All right, good job. Thank you, sir. Now bring this next young man up here. What's your name, sir?
Patrick Thomas.
And how old are you, Patrick?
12.
12, all right. What school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Now, Patrick, what position do you play for the Royals?
Well, I played catcher, second, short, and pitcher.
So which was your favorite of those four?
Catcher.
Now, why is that? That's a tough position to play.
Because when you throw people out, it's just a great feeling.
Oh, boy, yeah, there's no doubt about that. Well, how's it feel to win the championship?
Good.
Did you get a little scared there when they got that lead early?
Mm-hmm.
But you came back, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay, good job, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Now, get you to turn right around, look at that camera, and get a little bit closer to the microphone right here, if you will. What's your name?
Nathan Slater.
And Nathan, how old are you?
11.
And what school do you go to?
South Crane Elementary.
Now, what position do you play?
I play left and right field.
Which one do you like more?
Left.
And why is that?
Because you have to back up third, and there's, and most of the time there's more balls hit to it, and I just like playing left.
Well, let me ask you, how do you feel about winning the championship?
I feel good. It's my first year playing since T-ball, so I'm just really happy.
Pretty good to come back your first year and win a championship, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, thank you, sir. Good job. Now, we've got two more to visit with. All right, what's your name, sir?
Joshua Berry.
And Joshua, how old are you?
12.
And what school do you go to?
Glasgow Middle School.
Okay, Joshua. What position do you play?
Third base and the outfield.
All right, let me ask you, which one do you enjoy playing third base or the outfield more?
The outfield. The outfield.
Now, why is that?
Because third makes me a little nervous because I'm not really used to it.
You get some hard-hitting ground balls down the third base line, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, what'd you think about winning the championship here by one run?
It was great. And just sliding into home there to score the winning run.
That's right. You did get the winning run, didn't you? That was that's got to feel great, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, good job, Joshua. Thank you, sir. Now, let's bring this next young man. How are you?
I'm fine.
Pretty good. Let me get you a little bit closer to the mic. What's your name?
Brock Edwards.
Brock, how old are you?
11.
And what school do you go to?
Glasgow Christian Academy.
Now, for folks who are watching this on tape on the electric lamp board, you notice that Brock's got his arm in a cast. Tell me how you injured that, Brock. Was it playing baseball or was it something else?
I was playing basketball and I fell on it.
Oh, did you suffer a break or was it a ligament torn or what? Let me get you a little closer to the mic.
It was a break.
Okay. What position do you play?
Outfield.
What do you enjoy most about that?
I get some pop flies and some grounders.
Okay. Well, how does it feel to win the championship?
Great.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Coach Bailey. Good job. Congratulations. What we're going to do is to take a final 2-minute timeout, and Randall will look at the stats, and we'll wrap up our broadcast here on WCLU Sports.
South Central Bank.
Championship Monday, as in the bottom of the sixth inning, the Royals win against the Athletics by a score of 8-7. Randall Cook.
Great ball game, Jim. Great way to finish up the season, and the Royals had 8 runs on 9 hits, and the Athletics had 7 runs on 5 hits. Tony Bailey struck out 12 for the Royals, and Mr. Harlow, Evan Harlow, struck out 4 for the Athletics. So it was just a great game to finish up on here. Great season, a lot of close games this year.
That's right.
Evenly matched league, and like Sidney Bailey said, it's probably the most evenly matched he'd seen since 1982. So, it's been a great season. It's been a great season in coach pitch and Lou Gehrig League and now Little League, and we've seen some great defensive plays all in all these championship games we've done. And
I think the defense from the 3 championship series, probably the best I've ever seen in our 7 years.
I think you're probably right, Jim. There was just great play after great play defensively, some timely hitting by Big Daddy Thomerson tonight and by so many others in the coach pitch in the Lou Gehrig League. And it's just been a great season, and we've had some great games here on WCLU. Finish it up.
All right, do you have the totals, sirs? We'll wrap it up.
Okay, just all we've got here is the totals. The Royals had 8 runs on 9 hits. And the Althletics had 7 runs on 5 hits, and it came down to the last, bottom of the 6th inning, Jim. That's what we talked about before the game started, and that's really the way it ought to be.
Randall, I want to thank all our coaches and league officials for their cooperation with WCLU Sports. We appreciate everybody here. They show great hospitality to us when we come down here to broadcast these championship games. We salute the players, the coaches, the parents, and all of the volunteers who make the Glasgow Little League one of the most successful Little League programs in the state of Kentucky. We appreciate their help. We're always proud.
Calvert and Nunn Insurance not only offer a variety of policies, but are exceptional in their customer service and up-to-date quotes. Contact Vicki Bartley and her staff for any of your insurance needs. Calvert and Nunn Insurance is next to the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.